got to give a shout out to my pops. You know, my pops was active during the civil rights movement. He actually got blackballed in Memphis, Tennessee, and was unable to find employment there as a result of his activism in the civil rights movement. But I've always just enjoyed that, enjoyed organization in terms of, you know, pushes for social justice. Even when I was in high school and there were things that were going down that were racially charged, you know, I always enjoyed just being in the midst of that. You know, eventually, like you said, I am an introvert, as they say, you know, and so being out and socializing is never something that I would say I enjoy doing. And that makes it hard. That's what made it hard in terms of trying to be in the community and organizing, but not necessarily wanting to be out around people all the time. And so I've always been, you know, in leadership roles. I was in leadership roles, especially throughout college. But, you know, that was an eye-opening experience that maybe leadership is not for everyone. Maybe everyone is not supposed to be a leader, because leadership is tough. I said, you know, back then everybody was eager to print out their business cards and have CEO on them. And, you know, people are going around, even in rap music, calling themselves kings and bosses. And I'm just like, you really don't know the weight of being a leader. You know, heavy is the head that wears the crown, as they say. Right. But I did know that I always wanted to be involved somehow in making change. You know, even with, and Dead Prez was always motivating me, because I always, coming up in, you know, in South Carolina, you know, I used to go to school with people who would wear Confederate flag apparel all the time. And back then, in the, you know, in the late 90s, it wasn't as fiery as it is now, but, you know, it always did catch our eyes. And we always knew that racism was a part of things that went down here, you know. And so that never did sit right with me. And I enjoyed Dead Prez's music back then, because they were ones who really were militant about it. You know, and I had the opportunity to do music with them. You know, that's one of the highlights of my music career, is being able to work with Dead Prez on my first album and release a song with Stickman from Dead Prez. But I'm always going to be involved in some facet of pushing for social justice, even if I'm not, you know, the face of it or out there as the mouthpiece, the mouthpiece of the movement. I always have to find a way to stay involved, because that's what I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about change coming and the empowerment of marginalized people in America.